Before Samson became famous for toppling pillars and fighting armies with a donkey's jawbone, he stirred up trouble in a much more poetic way with a riddle. It all started when Samson, chosen by God from birth to be a Nazirite, decided to marry a Philistine woman from the town of Timnah, despite his parents' protests. On the way to meet her, Samson encountered a young lion. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him powerfully, and he tore the lion apart with his bare hands, like it was no more than a goat. But he didn't tell anyone. Sometime later, on his way back to finalize the wedding, he passed by the same spot and saw something bizarre. In the lion's dead carcass, bees had made a hive, and there was honey inside. Without hesitation, Samson scooped some out, ate it, and shared it with his parents without telling them where it came from. Who, right? At the wedding feast, Samson decided to spice things up with a challenge. He posed a riddle to 30 Philistine men, wagering 30 linen garments and 30 sets of clothes if they could solve it within 7 days. Here was his riddle. Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet. For 3 days the guests were stumped. They couldn't figure it out. It was personal, and only Samson knew the story behind it. So the Philistines played dirty. They went to Samson's new wife and threatened to burn her and her family if she didn't coax the answer out of him. She nagged and pleaded with Samson for days, finally wearing him down. On the 7th day, he gave in and told her. She immediately told the Philistines. They came to Samson with the answer just in time. What is sweeter than honey? What is stronger than a lion? Samson instantly knew he'd been betrayed. Furious, he said, "If you had not plowed with my heifer, you would not have solved my riddle," which is a very Samson way of saying, "You cheated." To pay the wager, Samson stormed off to a nearby Philistine town, struck down 30 men, took their clothes, and gave them to the wedding guests, keeping his word, but in a very brutal way. That riddle wasn't just a party game. It was the start of a deep conflict between Samson and the Philistines, one that would only escalate from there.